So, the F2A-3 Buffalo. I quite like this plane, and it's a plane that quite a lot of people probably would have flew at some point, being that it is quite a low battle rating. And you can see that I'm starting off here with quite a high altitude advantage over the furball, and I want to get involved, so I start a little bit of a dive, and I take a few shots at the Hurricane. Unfortunately, just getting a hit and a bit of a spark there. But I continue my dive on the M1K1, managed to get a critical hit, and then notice that there's a BF109 in front of me. So I take a few shots at him as well, and unfortunately, yeah, I don't get anything there. But I know that there's a lot of people in this furball, so I'm just going to extend, as I did come in with a lot of airspeed, and put myself into a slight climb. And it's always better to put yourself in a slight climb after you come out of a bit of a furball if you have enough airspeed. Mainly because you can reassess the situation and see who you want to go for next. The only danger there was a C202 when I went vertical, but he didn't look like he was paying any attention to me at all. So I turned my attention to the Hurricane and noticed that there's another plane below me. But the Hurricane turns in towards me, so I decided to pursue him anyway. Take a few shots and get a critical hit, and another nicely placed burst sets him on fire. He will go down for kill number 1, and I just check my 6 to make sure there's nobody there, and take a few shots at the RE2000. He does go down for kill number 2, and I notice the C202 going vertical, so I place a few shots there and set him on fire, and he instantly goes down for kill number 3. And that is the one thing that you will find with this plane. It does have 450 cals, and to be honest, 450 cals at 2.7 is, well, quite amazing firepower. And you will see that sometimes you'll just chip away at people, and other times you can just use one bullet and either knock the pilot out or set the plane on fire, which will instantly make them burn up. So 450 cals on any plane is always welcome, especially at these low tiers. They do a lot of damage to planes at these battle ratings. And you'll see that I'm just looking around at the minute, trying to discover where the remaining enemies are. And we just see that IL-2 pop up over there, 6 kilometers in the distance. You'll notice that after the engagement there from the furball, I do start climbing, because it's always better to do the diving on than to be dove on. And I put myself into a slight dive to go chase the IL-2. And also, when you do climb, it just feels like it gives you more time to reassess what's really going on and look at the position of all the enemies. But it looks like the IL-2 is shooting at the base there, and as he will be my next target, I think he notices us flying in at this moment, and he will decide to turn in. And as he's turning, it gives me a nice shot, a nice profile to shoot at, and I manage to get a hit, and then a pilot snipe pretty much at point blank range. So the IL-2 goes down pretty quickly for kill number 4, and you know those things, they normally do sync up or soak up quite a lot of your rounds, regardless of what they are. Well, that's a lie. Sometimes they can go down quite easily from 20mm ammunition, but any sort of MG ammunition that's not cannons, they can take quite a beating. So I'm not going to cut too much out of this video, to be honest with you, because it was quite a short one. So just whilst I'm climbing, I can only see that SM79 there. So I decided to try and start pursuing him, because I don't think there's many other enemies around, or even left alive for that matter. And just as that sound cut out there, that wasn't you, it was me alt-tabbing out. But I usually don't speak too much about these lower tier planes, and that's mainly due to the fact that there can be quite inexperienced people playing at these battle ratings, and in these battle ratings you'll, well, regardless of how your plane performs, if you have experience, a lot of the time you'll be able to outperform other players. But this plane, it's not the fastest or the best at turning or the best at climbing, but it's actually really good at all of them. I mean, of course, you don't want to go and start turning with biplanes if you see any biplanes, but you also don't want to try and start playing energy with a BF-109. But just as I've got a bit of altitude, I noticed the M1K1 appear back into play, so he's going to be my next target, and it ends up being quite a tense fight. Mainly because of the way that the fight starts off, which you'll see here. But yeah, this plane seems to be very good at everything, but it's not the best at anything. So you just need to know your planes, I guess. But the N1K1 starts to pull up for me, and in all honesty, I actually didn't think that he would be able to keep on climbing and actually catch me. I thought I'd have way more airspeed than him at this moment, but it appears that that wasn't the case. But I try and make it as hard as possible for him to be able to get a shot on me, and I pop my landing flaps out there just to fall on top of him, and I managed to get a few rounds in there for a critical hit. Says I've done some damage to his tail, which is welcome. Anything that slows down the turn rate of a Japanese plane, yeah, I'm happy with that. But he starts a bit of a downward spiral, so I managed to pull some lead, to be honest, get a couple of hits off, but nothing too great, and then set his right wing on fire, the inner part of the right wing. Something does break off though, and he manages to put the fire out, so another nicely placed shot sets his left wing on fire in exactly the same place, and he does go down as well for kill number 5. As you can see by the tickets, this game's not going to last much longer. In fact, I think it ends right about now. Yeah. So, that is the ace, and that is all from me. But please do like, comment and subscribe. Over and out.